35-25. Long pass to Chambers and behind the back.
Did you ever think in your wildest dreams? I guess
KJ to Chambers. Jam!
40 points in the first half for Tom Chambers.
Chambers with 60 points.
Chambers to win the game. He's got it. Welcome back to Tom Chambers' Greatest Games. In this episode, we go back to the 1987-88 season with the Seattle Supersonics playing the Sacramento Kings. After a failed experiment to turn Chambers into a pass-first scorer in this new season, Chambers would be given a green light by Coach Bernie Bickerstaff to fire at will against the Kings in an effort to restore Chambers' production and confidence. Chambers would come out of the gate firing and making shots from all over the court. His shooting clinic would continue in the second half with Chambers scoring 26 more points, including going 16 for 16 from the free throw line, while making some great plays to lead the Sonics to a win. Chambers' stat line for this game: 42 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks in 39 minutes. So let's go back to December 17th, 1987, the Seattle Supersonics versus the Sacramento Kings.
Starting at forward, number 21, 6'8", Harold Pressley. Number 33, 6'11", Otis Thorpe. The starting center, number 32, 7'1", Jawann Olden. Starting at guards, number 10, 6'1", Franklin Edwards. And number 24, 6'7", Reggie Theus. The Seattle Supersonics with head coach Bernie Bickerstaff, assistant coaches Bob Kloppenberg and Tom Newell, and trainer Frank Furtado. Starting at forwards, number 24, 6'10", co-captain Tom Chambers. Number 34, 6'7", Xavier McDaniel. Starting center, number 45, 6'10", co-captain Clemon Johnson. The starting guard, number 3, 6'7", Dale Ellis. And number 10, 6'5", Nate McMillan.
5 minutes late, the matchups again. Thorpe and Chambers, we talked about. That should be Harold Pressley, not Ed Pinckney, on Xavier McDaniel. Oldham and Johnson, Edwards and McMillan, Theus and Ellis. And we're underway. Last year, these two teams against each other. Seattle winning the season series 3-2, and each team won their games at home. 3 of them here for Seattle, 2 of them back in Sacramento, won by the Kings. And Sacramento with the tip on offense the first time tonight. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ball knocked away by Chambers. Here he is again, this time wheeling into the lane, and it's going to be goaltending on Jawann.
Basket is good. Chambers.
So it's 4-0 Seattle.
It has been cold outside in Seattle today, and right now it seems just about as cold inside the room.
Chambers makes it 6-0, and Russell will get off his seat in a hurry. Willis Reed. And a 20-second timeout. Chambers with it again. Yeah, he's got Bernie Bickerstaff's direction in mind, doesn't he?
Well, and the team is looking to him. They've all gathered around him, and they're willing to give him the ball and let him approach the basket that way. Certainly, Ellis could have taken a shot at that sequence there from that range and still had the confidence to come back and pop the next one. That's a good play by Harold Pressley in the starting role tonight.
Chambers again. And it's like every time he's touching it right now, he's putting it up. Chambers. And Schoene has the hoop. Vincent to Chambers. This is McKey off the glass to score. Chambers drives and scores. Tom Chambers. To the hoop, Chambers. Strong move.
Chambers with a very good first step, and you see the help come. It's just a little bit too late. He tries to take it for the jam. Power play by Tom Chambers.
The end of the game during the postgame show. Chambers fouled on the way to the hoop. Jawann Oldham has been getting the start, but Kleine has also been seeing some time at the forward position. Chambers now with the second one. And it's 36-29 Seattle. Yeah, that's a look what I found.
You want a shot out pass. It was a pass.
Chambers drive and dunk.
This guy is not bashful. He likes the ball and he likes to come to the hoop with it.
Chambers to McDaniel. Oh, what a move.
Chambers makes that play happen by drawing the defense to him.
2 seconds, time enough for the Kings to throw one up. Kenny Smith gets it away. No good, and that one was headed right at the hoop. So time has expired here in the first half of play, and a fine comeback by the Kings as they closed within 2.
Well, Tom, one of the keys to the Kings' success and their comeback in the first half was their ability to work on the inside and the outside, and here we see Mike McGee hitting Otis Thorpe on the inside for 2 of his 16 points in the first half. Now, Otis, you recall, hit some nice jumpers from the outside, and toward the end of the second quarter, he got the ball in very close and was able to go up against the Sonic defenders with shots like these. On the other side, Tom Chambers, who of course was given the green light by Bernie Bickerstaff, comes in for a power dunk. Didn't quite get it over the rim, but he did bring it in strong. Was not fouled on the play, but got 2 of his 16 points tonight. So 2 good performances from both Otis Thorpe and Tom Chambers, whom we talked about in the open as being one of the important matchups of the game this evening. Starting job here in the second half.
Tom Chambers up to 18 points for that hoop, and Seattle back in front by 2. Baseline. Chambers again. Got another one. Who was that masked man? Chambers. Shot does not go as he was fouled by Otis Thorpe. First personal on Otis, John.
I was going to say, we may see Harold Pressley in that protective mask all year long, the way he's been getting that nose bumped on every occasion.
Well, I sat next to Harold at the airport the other day before we came into Seattle yesterday. Just the basic talk. How you doing, Harold? And he says, well, aside from my nose and my thigh and my toe and the cold I've got, things are wonderful.
Other than that, how was the show, Mrs. Snake?
Chambers rolls in the first one.
That's got to be difficult to play with one of those face masks on, but I think after you get accustomed to it for a while, it takes a while to get adjusted to playing with it off, so he's got to work with it both ways.
McMillan dish it off to Chambers. It was blocked by Kleine, but Joe's going to be called for the foul.
Well, Joe Kleine's
personal.
I was going to say Joe Kleine's getting his work cut out for him because he's got to help these defenders when they get beaten coming to the baseline. And, of course, a good pass off there to Chambers, and Kleine's the last line of defense.
So Tom Chambers to the line. Kenny Smith off the bench. He's going to check back in after this first free throw by Chambers,
whose nickname, incidentally, is Ken.
All right, and when you look at Tom Chambers' looks, he's a good-looking guy, so you think of Ken and Barbie, right? But that's not where the nickname comes from.
No, actually, most people do assume that, but at Utah, they gave all the players their nicknames, and they were given names after their father. His dad's name is Ken Chambers, so they named him Ken after his dad as a nickname. Same thing's true of Danny Vrains, whose nickname is Lou for his dad, Lou Vrains.
All right, got that explained.
There you go.
Kenny Smith is... Reggie, as we talked about, has struggled from the field tonight. He's 4 of 11. Finger roll for Chambers and a nice shot. LaSalle Thompson was decked. Chambers was fouled. This one against Ed Pinckney. So here comes O and the guy they called Geeter.
I believe it's Jeter.
Reggie said it's Geeter. No, Reggie Theus said Geeter. Now,
we'll get it straightened out by the next ball game. We'll have it right.
All right. Kings by 3 again. Final shot. Young's shot won't go. And that'll do it after 3. Kings have the lead, 85-82. The final 12 minutes of this one coming your way in a moment.
It's nice to see him taking those shots for the Kings this year instead of against them.
Chambers comes back to bank one in.
Tom Chambers, a great competitor, responds with a 2-pointer.
Kings by 3, 9 points for Kenny Smith. Chambers and a whistle. To the line will go Tom Chambers on the foul by Terry Tyler.
Terry Tyler, his second.
Well, that drive by Tom Chambers is what makes him such a threat as a fine offensive scoring forward in the NBA. He has the power to shoot the ball from the outside, and of course you have to respect him and get up close on him on defense, and when you do that, it opens up the drive, and you just can't give him the lane.
Well, Bernie Bickerstaff has the Tom Chambers back that he wants.
He said that they tried the new Tom Chambers, and of course the fans appreciated his efforts to move the ball around and work with his teammates, but now they've got the old Tom Chambers back.
The 2 T's of Theus and Thorpe back into the ball game, replacing Kenny Smith and Terry Tyler. And now Chambers. The second one also good. Seattle a chance to reclaim the lead, and the crowd trying to spur him on. Here comes Chambers, loses it, but he was fouled, and he'll go to the line again. Chambers can give the Sonics the lead. Ties it with that one. 94-94, 7:29 remaining.
In a situation like this, players don't like to see a call like that. They want to let the players decide the ball game and not the officiating, especially in a bonus situation. Unfortunate call for Otis Thorpe.
Chambers with them both.
As much as the officials missing that little forearm by Otis Thorpe.
Chambers answers at the other end to give Seattle the lead back.
Boy, it's war out there right now, I'll tell you.
Thorpe to Pressley, what a play. Great assist by Otis.
Perfect give-and-go basketball. Pass and cut. Simple fundamentals always work.
They're tied again at 98, 5:35 remaining. On the wing, Williams' shot is short. Off to the Kings. Knocked away, but they get it back. And then Thorpe mishandles the ball. Williams the steal. Pops the jumper. Chambers and a foul. Ed Pinckney up off the bench. Will check back in a moment as Chambers looks for his 37th point.
Well, this is a good exchange here because the Sonics have gone with a shorter lineup. They haven't been playing Lister or Clemon Johnson right now. You see Kenny Smith, of course, coming in for the Kings. And with the Sonics going with that smaller lineup, it's a better matchup to have Ed Pinckney guarding Tom Chambers.
So the Kings now with Thorpe, Pinckney, and Pressley on the front line, a backcourt of Theus and Smith. Chambers with 38. Could this be 40? No. Tipped up, no good. Fights for his own rebound, and there's your 40. What an effort. McDaniel, 3 seconds, 2, 1, gets it off and scores. Chambers with his 40 inside. McDaniel nails the coffin shut.
Well, the Sonics have the luxury of running the clock down as much.
Presley to Kenny Smith, 3-on-1 Kings. Spin, Kenny off the glass to score. 112-107, but only 16 seconds left. Kings got a foul. The Kings have got to foul here, but they're not. Chambers. And now finally the foul with 5 seconds left. So it's 112-107. Seattle the lead. The foul on Mike McGee, his third, and Tom Chambers, who simply had a fantastic outing tonight.
Well, you've got to wonder now as you look at Chambers on the free throw line when they play their next ball game, do they continue to use him in this fashion? I think so.
You bet.
Perhaps the old Tom Chambers, or I'm saying the new one that they were not happy with, we'll never see again.
Well, as he stands at the line, he's got 41, and Bernie Bickerstaff, graphics is 39. The scoreboard says he's got 41. So we'll find out what the official stat is later on. 109, 2 seconds left, and that'll do it. Final score in Seattle tonight. Supersonics 114, the Kings 109. Bill Russell and the Kings walk off the court now 0-8 on the road.
Seattle played a very strong game, and had we not really had a good effort, we could have really got nailed tonight. You know, Chambers obviously was outstanding, and you know, getting Kenny Smith back. Obviously.
You must have read the newspapers here in the city that they wanted the old Tom Chambers back. Was it different playing with Tom tonight, having him look at the basket a little more?
Well, I think Tom was still doing some of the same things, the dirty work, passing, which we just seen on the tape. He didn't want to make the pass to me for the easy dunk, but we wanted Tom to go back to his old self. It's basic, think shot first, think shot second, think shot third again to get him going. And then when he get his rhythm going, then maybe he can start doing the other things.
Well, unofficially, you had 28 points, and Tom Chambers had 42, so you're still right up there in the potential scoring top in the NBA.